There's a moment that has stayed with me since the day my daughter was born. She was brand new, minutes old, still figuring out what it meant to be here. The nurse placed her on the scale to weigh her. A normal moment, routine, clinical, necessary even. And then something happened. My daughter pushed, not randomly, not flailing. She pressed her tiny body against the nurse's hand as if she were trying to move herself off the scale. Right then, a thought flashed through my mind, clear and immediate, beyond measure. It wasn't dramatic, it wasn't emotional, it was precise. It felt as if she was saying something without words. Not, "I don't want this," not, "I'm uncomfortable," but something closer to, "You're not qualified to measure me. I'm the only one who will ever be qualified to do that." Now I know what this sounds like. A newborn doesn't think in sentences. She wasn't making a statement. She wasn't resisting the nurse. But moments don't have to be literal to be meaningful. Some moments arrive as recognition, and that moment asked a question that has stayed with me ever since. How early do we begin measuring our daughters? We measure them in weight, in height, in milestones, in grades, in behavior, in performance, in approval, in comparison. And sometimes we measure them ourselves. Sometimes we allow others to do it for us. We let systems decide what's on track. We let standards decide what's enough. We let culture decide what's successful. And slowly, quietly, something shifts. A girl who was born beyond measure starts learning how to fit inside one. This is where readiness matters, because measuring isn't the problem. Measurement has a place. It helps doctors. It helps teachers. It helps us notice patterns. The problem begins when measurement replaces ownership. When a girl starts believing her worth lives outside of her. When she learns that her value comes from being ahead, being impressive, being chosen, being validated, being enough by someone else's scale. That's when inner authority erodes. That's when decisions stop being owned. That's when joy becomes conditional. Raising ready girls doesn't mean refusing measurement. It means teaching them something more important first. It means teaching them that measurement is information, not identity. That numbers don't define them, labels don't complete them, comparisons don't orient them. Only they can do that. Readiness is the ability to stand inside information without being reduced by it. A ready girl can hear feedback without collapsing. She can receive correction without losing herself. She can experience failure without surrendering authority. She can succeed without outsourcing her worth. That begins when we protect the pause. The pause before believing what a number means. The pause before accepting someone else's judgment as truth. The pause before turning outcomes into identity. Pause matters here. Because without a pause, measurement becomes verdict, and verdicts stick. Think about how often girls are measured not just by what they do, but by what they might become. She's advanced. She's behind. She has so much potential. She's not really academic. She's a natural. She's just not wired that way. Every label is a quiet prediction, and predictions shape behavior long before outcomes do. So the question isn't whether we measure. The question is, who gets to decide what the measurement means? If the answer is everyone else, readiness erodes. If the answer is she does, readiness grows. That's why I believe inside every girl is a woman, and inside every woman is a girl. Because the girl is the one learning orientation, and the woman is the one learning authority. And both need protection from being over-measured and under-trusted. When my daughter pushed against that scale, it reminded me of something simple and easy to forget. She didn't arrive here to be ranked. She didn't arrive here to be optimized. She didn't arrive here to be reduced to a number. She arrived whole. Our job isn't to inflate her. Our job isn't to shield her from reality. Our job is to make sure that no measurement ever replaces her relationship with herself. That she learns early what many adults never do. Information can be useful. Outcomes can be instructive. Failure can teach. But none of them get to decide who you are. When we raise girls this way, they grow into women who can stand in the world without being owned by it. They can listen without shrinking. They can learn without disappearing. They can succeed without surrendering themselves. And when a moment comes where someone tries to define them too narrowly, too quickly, too confidently, they push back. Not loudly, not defensively, just firmly, because they know something. They are beyond measure. When the moment comes again, and it will, you'll notice it sooner. If this way of thinking makes sense, I invite you to stay.